It has been 37 days since Chris last begged for money. It has been 470 days since Chris last uploaded pages to meet his paid obligations to the Sonichu comic. And it has been 4,131 days since Chris last applied for a job. Welcome to the Chris Chan Weekly Update for the week of January, whatever, I don't know what week it is. Where are we starting here? Twitter. Cool. January 7th, I know what I'm doing. We have Helena / Pikachu / Zonichu, whatever we're calling her now, just tweets out, oh no. Chris responds with, "Stay calm as best as you can. We will help you with Nikki. It was my fault in recommending this route to you, but this was also a test for you, Zonichu." This story is really starting in media res here. I don't know who Nikki is, I don't know what Chris did, but maybe we'll find out. In short, this was your chance to get to know and refocus your attention on Nikki, as opposed to letting your obsessions get the better of you. This is comparable to what Chris had done in chronicling us. She deviated and focused on her physical obsessions, while partially focusing on us, Quickville, and C-197 when writing her earlier books. In case you're unaware, Chris is actually still pretending to be Sonichu. Some people were unsure last time whether or not Chris had returned, but nope. Still Sonichu. There is a way for you to remedy this. Draw Nikki tame. I thought we were chronicling the other universe. If Helena just drew Nikki, but like not mean she's tame now, I don't know if that would actually help, because then she would be forcing her will on the person, which isn't how it works. That's not how chronicling works. Also, make sure you've made up your mind about Nikki and how they should be. Don't be uncertain. Collect your thoughts and know what the behavior of your ideal partner should be and reflect them into Nikki. What happened? Hiding! Nikki came and knocked on my door. How found me? I don't know. Now moving on to Chris's further rants on OpusCon789. That is the fanfiction writer who wrote a story about Chris and the creation of Bionic and also wrote SNT vs. Sonichu. Chris writes, "Hey OpusCon, just read your latest chapter of SNT vs. Sonichu. However, did you know Chris, here, had a dry stone of power like that? Just kidding, we knew that you would have known. Fact, Chris didn't make the stone, she literally found it on an outing of hers. Krakow!" So Chris here is trying to make the point that OpusCon is actually someone who can see into the other dimension. And the evidence for this is that they wrote into their story that Chris had this magical stone. But then Chris is kind of also disproving the entire purpose of him bringing this up, because in the story, it's not a stone, it's a piece of purple Play-Doh that's all dried up, and so it's kind of like a rock, whereas this is quite literally an actual rock. And that just defeats the... I mean, they're both purple, but no. In the past 48 hours, Twitter banned QAnon accounts. Twitter banned Trump. Reddit banned r/Donald Trump. Reddit banned the head moderator of r/conspiracy. YouTube banned Steve Bannon Show. Discord banned the Donald.Wins channel. Google banned Parler from its app store. Well, some good news, all things considered. Yet kind of I don't get why. Everyone else is seeing him as account suspended. Yet for me, it's there, but his tweets are hidden. So Chris is just happy that Trump was banned from Twitter, but for some reason, it doesn't show Chris that his account is suspended. I don't know. Helena says, "I am stuck what to draw. I have a notebook but no ideas, and also a comic to make but feel empty." And Chris says, "Yikes, just take some time off. It will come back to you shortly enough." Hey, remember how it's been like 400 days since he's released a Sonichu page? This person drew some fan art of Simone LaRose Chew. And Chris says, "That's not bad, looks good." "Isn't she someone else's OC though?" "Yeah, but I think the OC was gender bent." And Chris says, "Wrong. Simon Chew and Simone La are separate individuals, yet they are brother and sister." So that's what it is in the Sonichu canon, but in real life, yes, Chris stole a OC named Simon Chew and gender bent it to make Simone La. Them being sisters and Simon Chew being canon and Sonichu was a major retcon. Who is this? Wrong answers only. Banana. Alright, so here's a tweet in German, and we can translate it here. It says, "To really welcome the new year, I invite all fans and neutral viewers to a huge New Year's Eve party with me today. Everyone comes to the ski jump, you know where. then there will be no end to it. Hashtag DrachenLord. And Chris decides to respond, I'm assuming using Google Translate, because it comes out looking like this. Hey dude, good Segan today. Please send me a direct message if you can. Many thanks. I wonder what Chris is planning with DrachenLord. Probably some merge-related stuff. Hey OpusCon, I just read your latest chapter. So, you've heard of Mama Chris and I having discovered the 8th S-Chew ball here in our pair of universes, and felt it well enough to include it. There are details you may have overlooked that you should consider. So again, this is in reference to Chris recently in my last video created the 8th S-Chew ball, so I guess now that's part of Sonichu vs. SNT canon. There are details you may have overlooked that you should consider on the details of Dimension Universe N641 Sonichu What? Dimension N641. That's never been a thing, although I get the N64 part, but this isn't a thing. Chris Chan and their 8 S-Chew crystal ball, since that is what you are referring to. Between Chris and I, here in 1218 and C197, she's still in my body by the way, but the body swap was not an initial requirement for manifesting the 8th crystal ball. The major requirement is to manifest that mythical crystal ball is that, and I directly quote the ancient prophecy, both the original creator, Chris Chan, and the prime creation, myself, Sonichu, of this pair of dimensions were to have the deepest of mutual appreciation, empathy, and understanding of each other, and in a moment of the two of them, in a moment of deepest and sincere feelings of respect and appreciation for the other's situations, emotions, life events, and everything else, the sparks from their respective heart crystals from within their heart and solar plexus chakra points and area, in alignment with their respective other 6 chakra points at the same time, the two sparks come together between their two bodies facing each other, and at face-to-face alignment of their respective solar plexus and heart chakra points, manifesting the mythical 8th S-Chew crystal ball, the most powerful of all the other S-Chew crystal balls, even more powerful than the 7 of them combined, and even more powerful and potent than the 7 Chaos Emeralds, Soul Emeralds, and Time Stones. That was one sentence. That was one sentence. Boom! From between Chris and I to Time Stones is one sentence. I got it. Nailed it. First time, I hope. It doesn't matter. It's nonsense anyway. The only match to its power is the mythical 8th Chaos Emerald, of which the circumstances of genuinely manifesting it remain uncertain, even after the events that led up to that which was portrayed in Sonic the Fighters of this Dimension Universe 1218. End quote. Okay. So it is still stolen from Sonic. It's just a non-canon Sonic. So, Opus, I ask you, in N64-1, with that dimension's Chris Chan being as cringeworthy portrayed as narcissistic, dumb, aloof, and so on, and their Sonichu Prime being portrayed as partially evil now, after what had happened to their Chris in their home, unempathetic, simp, womanizing, abusive, and so on. Okay, so I guess N641 is the universe that SNT vs. Sonichu takes place in. How did that Chris Chan and Sonichu Prime manifest their Dimension Universe's 8th S-Chew crystal ball? Not to mention that given every stereotypical misconception from the haters and bad trolls of this Dimension Universe, here constantly portrays the two of them in N641, it would be simply impossible for the two of them to reach such a mutual understanding of each other and their respective situations, much less truly care about each other. Okay, so what Chris is saying is that to create the 8th ball, it can only be created by our universe's Chris and the main fictional universe's Sonichu. Therefore, no other pairing of Chris and Sonichu can make the ball. Also, they have to be, like, good and compassionate and love each other, which they obviously don't in the fictional story of SNT vs. Sonichu. Thus, there cannot possibly be an 8th S-Chew ball in SNT vs. Sonichu. That's his main point. So yeah, having that 8th S-Chew ball that originated from N641 is just about impossible on the infinite of possibilities and so on. You truly did bring about an anomaly, OpusCon, and the only ones who can truly counter their 8th S-Chew crystal ball's power is that from myself and our Chris Chan, here of 1218 and C197. No other dimension, universe, nor timeline's 8th S-Chew crystal ball can match it, because their time is literally the nega version of ours, here. Ponder over that, OpusCon. So he's saying it's impossible, but he also thinks it did actually happen and that OpusCon is correct. So he's saying that the only people who can beat this evil Chris and evil Sonichu from SNT vs. Sonichu are the real Chris and Sonichu, and thus, what? If in the story SNT beats them, then like it can't actually happen? It's nonsense. It's all nonsense. Did a sketch of Magi-chan and Mewtwo holding hands, or at least, kind of. Very hard with Mewtwo's fat fingers. We'll redraw this digitally and try and fix that, but working on another pic of Magi right now. And, of course, because Chris has to, he has to criticize this fan art. And in that digital redraw, try to be more accurate on the height difference between Mewtwo and Magi-chan. Magi-chan stands 3'5" with 7-inch long ears. Now, that is the end of Chris's Twitter timeline, but we're not actually done with Twitter, because something else happened. Something that is frankly terrifying. We're going to jump on over to King Black Bun, or Zero Macau, I don't know what they want to go by. But they're a not safe for work artist on Twitter. On January 15th, they posted simply "help," along with 4 screenshots of their DMs. These DMs are, of course, from Chris. "Hey there, Miss L sent me. What are you doing? Pardon me, I meant Mr. Vaughn. I'm alright, IDK who those people are. L Anon? Who's L Anon? Oh, well, that's not important at the moment. Alright then, so what's up? I'm messaging you because you've had some experience in interdimensional travel as Chris herself has." The interdimensional travel as Chris? Yeah, like you've at least astral projected and visited the dimension where yours and other OCs reside in. I'ma be real with you, I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. Are you asking if I ever thought about being my OC? In the darkness of the world, the end of an age unknown, the two halves of Hava becometh one. Let the light divide the conquest by receding darkly gloom. The birds in the aether and the fish in the sea rejoice with the sun. King Solomon beckons forth to Ophir. What? And then they once again say, by the way, yes, this is the real Christine Christian. So that all seems fine and good. That's not the only person that Chris DM'd, and not the only thing that he said. The official Dubmare says, and posts their own DMs with Chris. "Hey there, Mr. Vaughn sent me. How are you doing? I have ciphered a message for you. Tell me when you want to do number 2. I will take you over my knees, pull up your clothes, take down your drawers, and hold my mouth to your sweet honey fat holes, and XXX, XXXX, XXX. Eat your sweet peanut butter, and as it comes out fresh and hot. That is how they do it in Hollywood. You won't need toilet paper to wet your sweet pretty fat, as I shall eat it all. XXX, XXX, XXXXX. Of it, then leak your sweet clean with my tongue." Here are some of the other responses to this. My brain hurts. Run so far away. I knew that she's been weird for a long while, but this, I cannot even tell that her account got hacked by some overly obsessive troll, or that's genuine. So yeah, this is real. Nobody knows why Chris is sending this. I don't know who L Anon is, and I also don't know who Mr. Vaughn is. But I'll keep telling you about this as it happens, I guess, if it happens. But thankfully, that is the end. This message from Chris is the last thing that you'll have to see for this week, and you should be thankful. You can follow me on Twitter at GiBi_Devin. Make sure to subscribe for more videos about Chris. I have another Sockness Files video coming up. It is actually significantly more interesting than my last view. He's been banned from Twitter now, and there will be more absurd stuff in the future.